Yeah, taking the view there. This is a frozen over Hampton Roads, and it's a shot only Chopper 10 can give you. This is video from Gloucester, one of the hardest hit areas. According to our team of meteorologists, Gloucester got about 5 inches of snow. Add to that a bunch of ice, and you got some slick driving conditions there in Gloucester.
Never like those.
And speaking of those driving conditions, things are starting to look a little bit better in some parts.
Yeah, progressively throughout the day, ice has been breaking up and roads have been becoming smoother. 10 on your side's Jason Marks is riding along those roads tonight. And Jason, how are things looking right now?
Anita, I'm really surprised how good the roads, for the most part, look. It's been really amazing. We've driven through Norfolk, we've driven through Virginia Beach, and now we're going into the neighborhoods. These are the untreated roads, and things are looking pretty good. Now, you do have patches like this. This is just what was slush during the day, people just driving on it, and you can see this is unmelted stuff that is now, as we're driving, you can just tell that it's starting to harden up. So you're going to have to really watch out for that if you plan to leave your house later tonight, because a lot of this area that might have not been frozen during the day is definitely freezing as the sun is starting to set. Another thing that we're finding out is that some of the areas on the roads, such as the main roads like at Northampton Boulevard, areas that were surrounded by trees where the sunlight wasn't able to hit the pavement, we're finding those areas are the worst areas where they just couldn't get the sunlight on it to melt. But just be careful. Now that the sun's out, you won't have that glare. That's good news. But really, guys, I think that for the main roads, the public works crews in the areas have done a great job, it seems like, because a lot of the main roads, such as Princess Anne Road, they look great. When you get to the neighborhood roads, obviously you have areas like this where you have some pavement, but then you have some of this other areas that are now turning to ice, and that's just going to continue throughout the overnight area. So just take it easy if you go out later tonight. For now, that's the latest here in Virginia Beach, and now back to you guys.
Jason, I was noticing when we were driving earlier that there are a lot of dry roads out there, but how much are you noticing on those smaller neighborhood streets that might be refreezing over tonight, the ones that aren't dry?
Yes, Stephanie. I mean, take a look. This is what would have been wet during the day. These areas right here. But now, as you see, and I know it's getting dark, and I hope you can see it on camera, but this is the areas that were wet, that was melting, that is now starting to freeze again. And so you're going to have areas like this throughout Hampton Roads. I mean, not just in these neighborhood streets. Now, remember, these weren't treated, but even on the main roads that have been treated, that have been the sand and the salt and the brine that been worked on for the last 24 hours, even those areas, some of the spaces on the roads that have sort of melted off. We saw as we were driving, we did see puddles on some of the major roads, puddles of water. And so you do know that when the sun goes down and it starts to really get cold at night, and that temperature starts to drop, those areas are going to freeze. So you're really going to have to watch out because there are going to be a lot of patches of black ice, not just tonight, but definitely tomorrow morning for your commute.
All right, yeah, we can really see it now where you are as the sun goes down. Yes, thank you so much, Jason. Be safe out there.